All right, there's breaking news, of course, out of London, two of them, in fact. The first is that former Deputy Senate President Ekweremadu is expected in court today. Today's July the 7th, and of course we're having updates on the stories coming out of the British government, the mass resignations from Prime Minister Boris Johnson's government. So let's go to the Westminster Magistrates Court, where we have Juliana Olayinka reporting for us live. Good morning to you, Juliana. What is the situation first with Senator Ekweremadu's case?
Good morning, Laddie. Good morning, as you quite rightly said, from Westminster Magistrates Court, where a really gripping hearing is due to take place in the next few minutes. Just a couple of seconds ago, there was a very large delegation. I don't know if you can see some scragglers behind me. I believe some of them did include senators that came into London last week to rally around the former Deputy Senate President, Ekweremadu, and his wife, Beatrice, who have been detained by British police over the past couple of weeks on allegations of human trafficking and organ harvesting under the Modern Slavery Act. Last week, Thursday, there was a very fast-tracked trial. I was in court that day. There was a strong show of support, predominantly from the Nigeria High Commission here in the UK. And now, I believe today, we could either see the senator walk out of these courts and head to Nigeria, where he will face the courts there, or he could be once again remanded into custody. There are so many layers, so much context to this story. I know the team in Lagos and Abuja have been covering it extensively, but it has gripped a lot of people here. So there are no surprises that just behind me, a couple of local community members have rallied together. There are signs of a demonstration. Some of the boards I can't show because they're too explicit, but it's certainly gripped not just people in Nigeria, but also the Nigerian community here in London. And hopefully I'll be getting into the court where I can follow proceedings, and I'll be able to update Channelstv accordingly.
Is there anything further that we know about the young man in this case who was referenced as being the reason why Senator and Mrs. Ekweremadu were arrested?
Well, of course, I don't want to be in breach of court, so I can't go into too much detail about this allegedly 15-year-old individual. But to repeat, much of what has been disclosed that we know is what we believe to be accurate is that this 15-year-old individual was taken off the streets of Lagos by a criminal gang for the purpose of organ harvesting. I believe the senator and his wife have a very ill child. They wanted to use this individual's organs to try and keep her alive, which, you know, if done accurately and done properly, that is legal. You are able to donate your organs, but age and consent was the key issue. So once this individual did arrive into London, there were consultations at the Royal Free Hospital in East London, and it's there that consultants said something is not right. They didn't believe that this individual was the age on his documents. They didn't believe that he did consent to donating his organs, and from there he fled the Ekweremadu residence. He was homeless for 3 days. I believe there are some text messages that the prosecution have seen which do appear to corroborate part of what this individual was saying, but then jurisdiction is a big issue, Laddie, and I think that's what is going to be the catalyst of today's story. Is this something that is going to be tried in England and Wales, or will it be tried in Nigeria? I know know the Ekweremadu lawyers in Nigeria are trying to clarify that actually this isn't a child. This guy is well above the age that the British police are alleging. But we would just have to wait and see. Again, there are so many layers and nuances involving this case. And hopefully, if I am able to get into the court, I'll be able to hear further details. And of course, like I said, I will be reporting it back.